So we're here in the morning of the shoot for the step down.
Here we are in the morning, a little bit later than supposed to. You guys were on time, but I was a late. But we're here now, and we're just arriving and taking a gander at the jump for the first time in the morning. And there it is right there. And what it is it's got a good roll-in up top, and we built it way better yesterday, so you don't have to sprint into it now. You just coast in. Built a better lip, and landing's like pretty naturally perfect. Like we never really had to do anything to touch the landing. We just smooth out the bottom so the G out isn't bad.
Is 180 millimeters enough travel to take this jump?
We're about to find out. Landing's kind of flat, but forks are kind of good, so I think it's gonna mesh well together. Thinking about hiking up this hill and racking up some frequent flyer miles. I'm looking forward to it. We're about T-minus 3, 2, 1 away from it right now. Oh man, I just got a drastic improvement in my landing gear. Got these fancy new forks on there, and I jumped it a few times on my older fancy fork, but this one's got some shiny gold stanchions. So we're gonna see how that feels. I have a feeling it's gonna be better, but I'll let you know when I roll out. I got a good feeling about it.
Tell us how the no-hander went.
It was good, man. We got the speed figured out, jumped it like 3 or 4 times, and so now I know where I'm going to land. The first time I went a bit long, and now I know I'm landing in the sweet spot. So if you know you're going to land in the sweet spot, you might as well enjoy the middle time between the takeoff and the sweet spot. So I was just taking my hands off that time, doing a little no-hander action, and that's really fun. It's like we're parked, as you can see. I shuttle myself to the top, I spread my wings and fly down the gap. And we're staying true to our theme here today.
Yeah!
All right, so this is my new bike this year. This is my Scratch, the Trek Scratch. It's like 25 minutes old. I wasn't supposed to have it yet, but we were doing this ad shoot for the new 180mm 36 fork, and so I let Trek know, and they rushed me this bike early so we could get it into the shoot. I've ridden it about 100 yards so far in the parking lot. I'm already used to it, so pretty stoked on that. We're gonna go take it out to the ravine jump again for another evening session on that same jump, and then find out really how it works. And I'm thinking it's gonna be good.
Basically, we had just to swap out one bike. This bike was partially built up. We had most of the parts we needed, but some of them we had to rob off the session. So Scott Popola and myself, I don't know, it took us 45 an hour to swap it out.
It's a good thing they were here.
Become a reality. We had to get the proper tires on it, the proper Shimano components, all that stuff.
So we robbed a few parts from my old bike.
Yeah.
You guys are like bike mechanics and thieves all at the same time. It's a good thing you guys are here, because it would still be a naked frame if I had anything to do with it. Thank you guys.
Yes, just tell us how the evening shoot was different than the morning.
So, second shoot of the day, the evening version 2.0 was equally as sick. New bike. The bike's a lot faster. I got smaller tires on it, so it took me a little while to figure out how the speed is going to be different. So now I don't pedal at all. I just coast in. I was landing real low the first few times, and until I figured out that I shouldn't pedal on this bike that's faster and lighter and rolls quicker. So once I figured out the speed was good, and I wanted to, not for the sake of the photo, but just maybe for video and just to see if you can do it, I wanted to bar spin the thing. Probably the biggest thing I've ever bar spun in terms of like height and gap put together. So good practice for like Rampage if I decide to take this bike out there with a single crown 180mm 36 and see if it works to bar spin off of cliff drops and over canyon gaps out there and stuff. So this is good practice. So that wasn't really for the photo, that was more just to see if it worked out awesome and for a funny little video. But then did a bunch, or just a couple more no-handers, and the light's kind of a little more interesting right now. It's a little more dramatic. So we got a shot of probably the best no-hander all day on the new bike with the more dramatic light, and we just did it so many times and we've worked out all the kinks. And even if the whole morning's obsolete, we still filmed the whole thing and we're gonna have a funny little web video, and then we got the best end product at the end of the day. So today wasn't just an ad shoot, it was more of like a little R&D test session for what you can get away with, like how you can blend like big bike performance with like slopestyle-esque maneuverability and trick capabilities. And I think I've come to the conclusion that this bike rides just as well as like a full-on downhill bike on this type of like big gap, but you can do a bar spin on it if you want, and you can ride a bike that'll carry more speed, so you can, you know, be more maneuverable. And who knows, maybe someday we'll be tail whipping off of gaps like this, you know, like I don't see why not. And so it's just progression, and as parts get better, you can do cooler things off of bigger things. So that's what we're working on today.
Woo! Ready, guys? All right, 3, 2, 1, coming down. Oh, shit. Yeehaw! That came around fast. Yeah. Yeah. That worked well. Yeah, dude.
Nice. Look at you coming at me.
Yeah,